Okay, so this is Aztez. It's a game based off of the Aztec civilization in the post-classic period, just before the Spanish invasion, the Spanish conquest. You play as a Aztec warrior for Tenochtitlan. The biggest city known for the Aztec Empire was Tenochtitlan. It was the biggest city they created. It was a city that the Mexican people created. They saw a symbol of a bird on a cactus. I believe it was an eagle on a cactus, basically just sitting on a cactus while they were fleeing their other city-state where they were from because they befriended a leader, a neighbor leader, and he wanted to invade their territory, so they literally just ran him out of their city-state. And then the Mexican people saw that, hey, here's this island with this cactus and this eagle on it, this bird. And this is a symbol. This is a symbol for, this is the symbol from the gods that this is our city-state location. This is where we should develop. The city ended up to be modern-day Mexico City. So underneath modern-day Mexico City is Tenochtitlan. But this game is based off of the Triple Alliance during that period. The Triple Alliance included that nation and also included Texcoco, Talopacan. These are three major city-state territories. The idea of Triple Alliance is to oversee all these other city-states and like basically just take them over. They realize that once they are able to take them over, that they're able to tax these civilizations. Basically, not the civilizations, but these people. They're able to tax these people like money for their land. So then they have to actually pay the Triple Alliance to have their own land. It's unfair, which is why in this game these warriors are fighting for their land back. I'm supposed to be a warrior for Tenochtitlan. I am using Macaquito. I think it's called Macaquito, which is a blade. Basically, it's a sword with a wooden staff in the middle with obsidian blades on the outside. Basically, just spikes. That's the weapon you start out with, and yeah. Let's begin. So it's the Valley of Mexico. Obviously, that's where the Aztec people were originated. That's where they're from. That's where they lived. 1420 AD was the birth year of the Triple Alliance. The Triple Alliance was the three great cities that I mentioned. And yeah, basically you're just trying to keep your territory and you're supposed to capture these other territories. So here's going to be a map of basically the Aztec area. Tenochtitlan, the capital. Talopacan. Talocopan, that's what I meant to say. Talocopan. Texcoco. And yeah, so basically you can kind of see there's these different missions. You'll see the gameplay here in a second. Basically you're trying to take over these territories. When it says Coyoacan joins the Empire, basically you play these missions to take over these territories. These are the people I would be fighting, these are the enemies. This is the character I would play as. But yeah, here's some gameplay. I'll show you what's going on. There's that obsidian sword that I was mentioning about. The obsidian sword was very common for Aztec warriors to use in their day. Basically, obsidian was super sharp, and it's actually one of the sharpest items you can have on a sword. Basically, you use it to fight these enemies. You can kind of see here, the shield is actually made out of wood. I realized the shield is made out of like a wood material, which I don't know if their shields were made out of wood, but I know for sure they have shields made out of feathers, which is more of a symbol, I think, because they won't really protect you in a fight, in a battle. So, beat that level. Another thing that you notice in this game is the fact that, like, when you're fighting these guys, you see a lot of blood. This kind of takes the stereotype that the Spanish people had of the Aztec people to another level. This idea of them being bloodthirsty. It's really unfair to the Aztec people when people are portrayed as bloodthirsty because this wasn't actually true. They weren't thirsty for blood, it was just for ceremonies. They wanted to honor their gods a certain way. A lot of that was bloodletting. So you see this blood on the ground. I can absorb it as a Aztec warrior. I can absorb it because they really want it known. They really want you to know that the Aztec love their blood, even though that's completely false. They loved it for the idea of sacrifice, but they didn't like it for this idea of just fighting for blood. So I'm going to show you in this next fight, I'm going to show you what I can do with the blood, basically. Let's see. So, obviously, when I played that first level, I captured this territory. I was able to. Well, this one looks like it's a little too difficult for me for right now because we just started. Trying to see what are the next ones that they want me to do. Darkness occurs. Teotihuacan is descending. Basically, I don't know if they meant for these territories to be captured or if it's just these territories are just going downhill to the point where they're getting destroyed. So here we go. I'm gonna show you the blood spilling, basically the bloodletting. Not the bloodletting, but the blood spilling. The idea of being bloodthirsty. So I can absorb this blood like this, and basically it gives me strength and power when I absorb more blood. The more blood I absorb, the more damage I do. Again, it kind of feeds a stereotype that some people are bloodthirsty, which again is incorrect. But yeah, as I go through this, to see if I can get a mission in Teotihuacan. I don't know if it'll let me because it dissented. Festival of Glory. No. Teotihuacan's up here. Tenochtitlan has one. We can do that one. The one thing that's really cool about Tenochtitlan in this game is the fact that look at the setting. This is kind of what historians have thought what Tenochtitlan would have looked like at the time with the double stairways, temple, pyramid. A lot of the temple pyramids are known for having a plaza and a market near them. That's the basis of a Aztec city, is the idea of having a temple, having some sort of like religious area, and basically having a plaza, and basically all this area surrounded by this plaza with these major features. But yeah.